Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about a game called A Plague Tale Innocence. And while I think it's a good game and I would give it my recommendation, this video is going to be more criticizing character moments and story stuff, as I think there's a lack of that, and as a something that's kind of advertised as going into it for the story and getting all these high ratings and stuff, and I kind of feel like there's a lack of people talking about it. Um, I mean the negatives, I should say. That's why I want to specifically talk about it in this video. And so it's just gonna be the still picture, so you can really just like background this if you want while you're doing anything else. I'm gonna link the game and a video by Joseph Anderson who critiques the game. It's a kind of like long video, but I think he did a good job. As he's pretty good about like pointing out like actual games, some of which in things, some of which I will not mention in this video. So that's also a creator that's worth paying attention to. You might have already heard about him because he has a very large following. I would say. Anyway, let's just get into this. Um, okay, I'm gonna put my the biggest issue I have last, which is the foundation, the thing that makes up the entire story, basically chapter one. I'm saving that for last. Okay, so okay, there's like 16 chapters in this game, and let's see, story is like uh you play as a sister who's on screen, and she has a younger brother. The sister's Alicia, and the brother is Hugo. Basically, the the point of the game is the relationship between these two kids, and there's like this play thing going on with a bunch of crazy rats that eat everything that's living or has meat, basically, and a religious group that has their own agendas, and then all the victims in between. Um, so I'm gonna start at chapter two on my complaints because remember that this is what I'm focusing on. Despite it being a good game, I'm just only gonna focus on my issues with it. I just want to make that very clear. Okay, so Hugo is 5 years old, and there's I should have got man I should have got a screenshot for this. I'll just imagine it in my head, right? So in chapter two, there's a part where like he gets separated from Hugo. He climbs up this like broken ladder, and he has to push down this like box thing to let you in. And 5 years old. I wish I had a picture of this box. It's like, oh gosh, like what uh 5, 6 feet wide and like all sides, pretty wide. It's kind of like an empty cage type deal with iron bars that are fairly thick. And I just am not capable of believing that a child at the age of 5 years old who was sick his entire life would be capable of um, pushing this box over by himself over a wall, um, like off of a wall to land on the ground to help your character. Uh, God, I think I forgot to mention spoilers. Sorry, yeah, that's kind of the whole point of this. If you haven't played the game, to talk about it's gonna include spoilers. At least some probably major ones. So yeah. Going back before that, I should have actually said that first. I guess it doesn't really matter. You during chapter two, you uh you're running from a situation from your home that was in chapter one, and chapter two you reach this town, and there's like a sickness is going around. Everybody's kind of like hiding indoors at first and stuff. You eventually reach this square where they're like burning people. I don't know if it's because they think they're sick or what, but yeah, a group of people who are just like burning people alive for some reason. There are a bunch of doors that are marked with sickness and whatnot. And the issue I have with this scene is that one of the villagers, like going to be killed by the crowd, looks at these two kids. Like she lives in this village, so let's pretend that she doesn't know that they're outsiders, because I mean that's reasonable, I suppose. But she asks children, um, like help me, like find help, and it's like, are you stupid? Are you actually trying to get these kids killed? Because hello, the people that are killing you are the villagers. Like the only people in this region are like they're sick, they're hiding, or they're basically the villains who are trying to kill you right now. So give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the only thing I could see that this woman is doing is trying to get these kids killed, because this was stupid. She should know very well that there is not a single person anywhere near her that would help, because if there was, then they'd already be helping. So this kind of frustrated me as a moment where, like, why are you doing this? You're kind of like forcing drama into the story, forcing the intention, forcing us to have to like run away for our lives, a situation where we shouldn't have to. And I know I'm very much nitpicking some things, but the things that irk me personally. So that's just how it is, you know. Um. So later in the story, uh, we'll go to the part where it's like, okay, so there's a really religious group, right? There's like a grand magister. He's like the dude who's in charge of all the evil religious people, and his like right hand man's like the executioner. I don't even remember what he was called. We'll call him the right hand. So the right hand is kind of like a boss fight, right? And there's like a part where like he gets knocked down, and the main character Alicia tells this dude who's part of her party at the time to check and make sure he's dead. But you know, he kind of just decides to ignore like the dude who's the right hand of the main antagonist of the game, who's like dude you absolutely want to make sure is dead no matter what. He's evil. He has killed a lot of people, and this character ignores him. This character is like a male thief who's like portrayed as an intelligent, like strategic dude who could do like solo operations in a freaking base full of enemies. And it just blew my mind that he would just go on and ignore the obvious threat that's right there before him. So this character gets killed off for absolutely no reason. And mind you, I'm all for killing characters off in stories, but you got to do it right. You can't do it in a way that's just stupid or it doesn't make sense with what we understand about the characters. Moving on to later in the story. Um, okay, so Hugo's sick. He's your younger brother that you see on screen right now, and he's not technically actually sick. It's some weird curse thingy that causes him headaches because he's disagreeing with um listening to voices and shit that he hears in his head. Whatever. So there's a part where like go back to your hometown that you left in the first chapter of the game, and you end up making this potion. Now, when you complete this potion, all the rats kind of just chill. They're like, okay, we basically lost. They become passive. They no longer a threat to you. These rats are like only normally like scared of fire, and so at the moment where you create this alchemy potion, and the rats are just like chill. It's like in some type of container. You would figure that if somebody were to say drink the potion, that the rats would still remain chill, right? Well, they gave it to Hugo to cure him or make him feel better or whatever the freak, and the rats just still just to keep trying to kill him, and I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't know what the writers were thinking, but this was like a common sense thing that if you're gonna have a potion that has that kind of effect and a very blatant thing where they visually show you it, the characters call it out, that you would go with that going forward because that makes sense, but they didn't. And there's a bunch of other little things. I'll leave that to the other video. I'll link in the description. But yeah, these are just some of the things I want to get off my chest. So one more thing, which is it's my personal biggest gripe with the game, unfortunately, and that's the very core of the plot, which is the relationship between Alicia and Hugo. So in chapter 1, the beginning of the game, it introduces all the characters and stuff. We are told that Alicia is, like something older than 10. We don't know her exact age. She doesn't see her father much, and she sees her mother less. Her mother and her don't seem to have a very tight relationship, and part of the complete reason why this is because she spends all her time taking care of her younger brother Hugo, who's 5 years old, and she is not. And her mother keeps Hugo in her room like all time since he was born. So not only is this boy a stranger to Alicia, but the mother having spent like focused all of her time and energy on the boy means that the relationship between mother and daughter is strained. So when shit hits the fan and the mother's kind of like, taken out of the story, and they're left with this girl on the run with this boy, I honestly would imagine the realistic scenario here to be the girl have anger issues, like to hate this kid. He's a stranger. She literally doesn't know him. He's only blood related. She had to confirm with him when she met him, like, do you even know who I am? Like, they're strangers. And he ruined his birth, basically ruined her relationship with her mother. Like, it's really bad. Her mother doesn't hate her apparently or anything, but she's just not kind or loving or anything like a mother, ideally should be with her children. And then we're supposed to believe that this girl of unknown age, I'm presuming is under 18, is above 10 but under 18 is my personal presumption, is going to go through like a hellish scenario with thousands of man-eating rats, adults that want to kill her. Almost nobody is trustable, for who knows how many days or weeks or month. I have no idea. An extended period of time. Putting up with the child who's immature and stupid, who just runs off the situations where they're in, like, you can't do that. And she's so obsessed with this kid when she shouldn't be. Like, I don't understand how their relationship could be what it is. I don't understand how she could care about this kid based on what was established. It's like, because literally their only connection is being blood related, and that's just not how proper relationships work. They take more than just having DNA for you to be in love with somebody, for someone to be important to you. Like, a proper relationship, obsession is just, I don't get it. So honestly, since a lot of the game is about her and protecting Hugo and do everything for Hugo, the story slash character aspect of it kind of fell apart. what kept me going was I did enjoy the gameplay and environments and stuff that it went in. You know, it's like a simple little puzzles and stuff. But yeah. I'm sorry if the audio might have been a bit too louder or something at some points as I'm just watching the bar go into the red zone. Uh, I apologize for that. Um, okay, so that's all my gripes for this. Again, the links will be in the description if you want to check out the game yourself, or check out the other guy's videos who's longer. You can get more like a proper visual aspects and some other nitpicks. I just wanted the whole point of me making this video is that it's like you have a good thing, but nobody talks about like flaws. Like I was looking up for videos of people talking about criticisms about the thing, and I didn't see any titles that say like, well, the problem with Plague Tale Innocence, the issue it has. Let's talk about that, you know, and that's what I wanted because I wanted it to exist, even if it's on a small channel that practically nobody will ever see this video. Anyway, thank you for listening to my probably pointless rant. Thank y'all for stopping by and have a wonderful day.